Good morning, everybody. What's up, Matthew? Hello, V. Hello, old fella in WP. I'm live on TikTok and YouTube. In NYC, nice. I don't remember, where are you from, V? Hello, Edwin. How was Red Bull? It was a lot of fun. It was really hot. Yeah, Red Bull Flugtag. Lots of fun. Hello, Jeremiah. Oh, you're from the UK? Okay. You're about 10 hours away from where I am if you drove, a 10-hour drive. So, hello, Kay. Good morning, Creed and Bentley. Hello, Sulman, Randy, GM. How was your vacation? Man, that feels like a long time ago. It was good. It was stressful, man. That was the week the market dumped. So I was like, man, I don't ever want to go on vacation again. Thanks for asking. Been with you throughout the bear market in UK. Any thoughts on Dev? Hello, Real Monkey, GM Magic, DEVVE. Never heard of it. Let's see here. It just looks like general accumulation. I wouldn't be surprised if this went higher. So I'm sorry, I just don't know anything about it fundamentally. I don't know tokenomics. So let's see. Hello, Brightbox. Hello, Bull. Long entries on Uniswap and VeChain. Anyone want to guess who's asking for long entries on Uniswap and VeChain? GM. All right, let's see. Filecoin. All right, Uniswap, VeChain, Filecoin. Okay, Uniswap, VeChain, and Filecoin. Uniswap's doing well, man. That's one of the stronger cryptos. Entry, if it were to get down to 983, there's your entry. So VeChain, pretty close to right now. Maybe, I don't think it's going to go lower than where it went last week. Maybe 2371. So foregone. You already know. Jasmy's at resistance right at the moment, but you want a DCA into Jasmy. I think that's fine. Are we going up or down? Up. But, day by day. I hate Sunday pumps, man. I cannot stand Sunday pumps. They drive me crazy. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to... don't talk about Uni before Foregone's here. He's on YouTube. Yeah, he's already here. You need some minoxidil for your hair. I just got a haircut yesterday. Looking fresh and clean. I don't care about my hair, man. I'm married. I've been married for 17 years. Why should I care about my hair? You guys with your, bro, you need to get a haircut. Now listen, Filecoin doesn't look amazing. And it's one of the most highly inflationary cryptocurrencies. I would not buy this. Is it going to go up with the rest of the market when the market goes up? Sure. Todd, I'm literally talking about Filecoin right now. Please stop spamming. Are you kidding me? Hello, DGen Queen. Like literally, like you keep on spamming Filecoin. I said I was going to get to it. Now I'm talking about it, and you're saying Filecoin over and over again. My goodness, man. So Filecoin is an accumulation. I just wouldn't touch it. It's super highly inflationary. I'm not going to look at Retardio. All meme coins, a lot of meme coins just look really they look kind of blah, I mean, there's going to be a time I have no problem accumulating. I actually have some Retardio. I have no problem accumulating these meme coins. It's just like in my challenge wallet, they were bleeding so much that I just like sold a bunch of them. Do I like WorldCoin? Not really. Listen, NVIDIA in 2023, 2024, a lot of those AI cryptos were they were moving along with NVIDIA. And NVIDIA is just going into price discovery. A lot of those AI cryptos look like crap right now. So I think they've decoupled. TrueLight, I saw you on Friday talking about Winter Arc. I bought some. So Sushi Swap. Why is my computer going slowly? Hello, Bush. Oh gosh, I typed in sushi swap and nothing's pulling up here. Come on, computer. I have this nice computer that that Devin bought all the pieces. Well, he didn't buy it. He told me what pieces to buy, and then I had a computer geek friend buy it, and now Sushi Swap's not loading. I guess I'm gonna have to pass on Sushi Swap. I'm sorry. Like everything else is loading fine. What's the story with HEEHEE? It's the same story as like a bunch of other meme coins right now. A lot of them are just kind of just chilling, not really doing much. HEEHEE had a great week last week, but it was all because one person bought $47,000 worth and then sold all of it in one clip at a loss. So that was fun. I was skeptical of that the entire time, but all right. I think this Sunday pump was a blessing. Could give us some more entry prices. Sure. You know, what's your thought on FET? I mean, I already said what I said about AI coins and NVIDIA. It's like, all right, another breakout above the 200-day, hopefully, but right now it's at the 200-day. I mean, we had a false breakout above it a couple of weeks ago. Maybe this time's for real. I mean, a lot of the AI coins that already had their big bull runs in 2023 and 2024, they've been really struggling lately. So they'll have their time. I'm just like, we had our run for AI coins for the ones that existed before. So ICP, I did click on that chart, Jeremiah. It's at resistance. It's at resistance right now. I mean, you know, I wouldn't touch it right at this moment. Why did he do that? Doesn't make any sense. I have no idea. I have no idea why he would do that. And I was nervous. You know, maybe he thought that I was going to be like all excited about it and hype it up and drive the price up and then he'd be able to dump it. But I didn't. I was like, maybe he heard me say like, listen, I don't know your motives. I'm nervous about this. And he was like, okay, I give up. Predictions for Arrow, $2 to $4. I don't know. Apparently, Arrow's inflation isn't as bad as I thought it was. Maybe a 1.618. That's 366. Doge to $1. It's possible. You know, I'm taking a lot of my Doge out at 53 cents. This is 702 retrace. I do not have a revised price top for Pendle. Let me look at Pendle. Thank you, John. Pendle's been doing great. Oh man, yeah, Pendle's been amazing. Big pump last week. So I mean, like, I have it. I have this one wallet that I have my Pendle in. I have not opened that wallet for at least 6 months. I don't even think I've opened it in 2025. So thoughts on Render and Link. Same deal with Render. The AI cryptos that had their big runs in 2023, 2024. I'm not as high on them now. I like Render a lot fundamentally. I'll buy a lot of that in the bear market. Link's one of the strongest ones right now. You know, maybe there'd be some support at $20.89. That was a take profit level for me on a trade that I entered. So just given how violently Link has moved over the last few days, we could easily lose that level. But that's a level that I'd be maybe considering re-entering depending on how well we do. SPX 6900. Listen, I own some. It's a meme coin. I know it's been chopping lately. I called for a cup and handle. Looks like it back tested the previous all-time high. It looks fine to me. So I was accumulating pump, might have bottomed. I bought a little bit of pump. I thought the same thing. So, but I have like $200 of pump. Guys, I'm live on YouTube, World War Bitcoin. I can't get to every question on TikTok, but I can on YouTube. So head over there, World War Bitcoin. Oh yeah, Algorand. Shoot, sorry, Marcus, I missed your question there. ETH at highs and no one cares higher. I agree with you on that one, Matt. People are still asleep. So Algorand, I don't think Algorand's going to hit a new all-time high. I think my initial price target was $1.82. Would you not long VeChain right at this moment? No, I'd set a limit order, the 2.3 cents like I told you. Maybe it looks like it got rejected at a certain level here. This might be a really good entry on Algorand. 25.3 cents. I'm going to set a limit order for an entry on Algorand at 25.3. So let's see. Crypto King is all about Filecoin. Well, whoever he is, he's wrong. My goodness, I have no idea who that is. I would say with as much I never say 100% certainty on anything, but with as much certainty as I could tell you, anyone who's excited about Filecoin, now Filecoin will do what cryptos do. It will even do some X's. There will be a time that he's going to look like a genius and he's going to claim victory and do. There are just so many other options that are better than Filecoin, and I say that full conviction that if anyone's all about Filecoin, he doesn't understand a thing about tokenomics. He knows nothing. He just doesn't. He has. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't know what he's talking about, man. I'm telling you, he has no idea what he's talking about, or he just like what's tokenomics? I've never heard of that. So, any thoughts on True? Overall sentiment on alts and Bitcoin just it's still pretty low, man. Yeah. Hello, yes, way Jose. I mean, TrueFi, again, another one that, listen, all right, how old is this? All right, 2023. I'm very skeptical of utility cryptos that were launched in 2023 or 2024. They don't have good tokenomics most of the time. So I don't know. I mean, this chart does look like it's just generally an accumulation. It'll go higher like everything else. I would just rather buy stuff with more supply dilution. Alex, you look different. My wife cut my hair yesterday. So, Crow, could alts pull back this week? Sure, yeah. Now, all right, let me give a more in-depth answer. Oh, okay. I think what would happen, so the total altcoin market cap did put in a higher high. That's a good sign. But it's just barely above its previous high. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a little bit higher to go before a pullback. So it's at 1.55 trillion. It got as high as 1.6 trillion. Maybe get to 1.65 or 1.7 and then have a pullback. That would be my guess. I mean, day to day, who knows? You know, could it alts dump today? Sure, you know, but Filecoin at 2.53 is crazy. Never touching that again. I mean, yeah, I'd be okay if I like the chart set up on Filecoin doing a trade on it, but no, I'm not. Filecoin's all-time high is over $200, but the supply, I think it's over 200. The supply is more like in early 2024, the number of Filecoin tokens in circulation was 10x of what it was at its 2021 peak. It's probably like 20x now. So, all right. Matt Thompson, hey Alex, big fan, been holding a bunch of dinosaurs since 2021. Ouch, I'm sorry. Adam.Polly, do you see any back? Mentally written them off already. Man, Polkadot's not going to hit a new all-time high. Adam is probably not going to hit a new all-time high. I just don't know when you bought them. You know, I think that they all can do well, even X's from where they are now. Polygon's been maybe the biggest disappointment this cycle. A lot of people had high hopes for Polygon. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are X's in this for sure. But I would just say don't get too greedy. There's much better plays. What's up, Benji? Opinion on Sui this year? I wouldn't be surprised if there were a lot of people saying that Sui is this cycle's Solana. Don't listen to them. Again, I feel like a broken record when I'm saying this. Tokenomics. Sui is very highly inflationary. Now, I hold a big bag of Sui because I believe it can do something. I believe it can do some X's from here. So where do we go? All-time high is 537. It's currently at 377. We could do a 4.236. Honestly, that's best case scenario though. If you're hearing people talk about Sui to $100, absolutely not. 4.236 is $21.27. I'm going to be out of my Sui bag long before that. There's very little chance it's going higher than that, and even that number is ridiculous. So. Do you see Polygon going to or past all-time high? No. I don't want to be greedy for my first bull, but I'm hoping for $3 to $5 to exit at. I think you'd be, man, I don't think it's going to $5. How does ADA look for the cycle? $5 possible. I think $5 is possible for Cardano. One thing I like about Cardano is like it seems to be a first mover when things get exciting. So I am going to hold some SUI super long term though. Good luck with that. I'm not. I'm selling. My goal is to exit every one of my altcoins when it, before, during, and after the peak. That in reality, that's not how it's going to play itself out. I'll probably be a bag holder of some. Crow to $1. Crow could hit $1. Hey, thanks, fake Coach JV for the follow. I really appreciate it. I think Say could outperform Sui. So there's a lot of potential. I like the chart with Say. So sorry for misunderstanding. You said what? Wait for a long, but then said the market kept high ground. I don't even know. Foregone. I don't know what you're asking. Price prediction for Caspa. $1.07 was my initial price target. What's it at right now? 92 cents. It's more than a 10x. Maybe. I like Caspa now. I didn't like it when everyone was like just drunk on Caspa in late 2023, early 2024. And then it just the massive distribution that's played itself out and it's done. Now I think Caspa is a really good play. So when do things start getting exciting, you believe? Q4? And it could be very soon, honestly. It could be before Q4. But I would think that, first rate cut in September in 2025, the first 2025 rate cut, I wouldn't be surprised if that caused some excitement, some short-term excitement, 2 to 4 months of excitement. So I appreciate the reality check. Any idea on a recent? No, sorry, man. I've thrown in the towel with trying to analyze Polygon. Do I hold Arbitrum? No. Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance looks amazing. I'm really excited about Bitcoin dominance right now because it did go lower. It put in a lower low. You can't see it for those on YouTube on my chart right here. I need to expand this a little bit. It's for sure in a downtrend. I mean, like it looked like it was going to start a new uptrend, but then put in a lower low. I'm really, not only am I excited about Bitcoin dominance, but I'm happy to see Bitcoin on Sunday and even today outperform altcoins. We need to see Bitcoin kind of just for a brief period of time take center stage and put in a new, so Bitcoin can put in a new all-time high. And then I wouldn't be surprised after that if altcoins just ripped really hard. So hopefully we can see an all-time high with Bitcoin this week. I think we will. Ondo 10x, no. I like Ondo though. What would it take for XRP to do a 5 to 10x or higher in the next year here? It's not happening. Full conviction that's not going to happen. Now I have another one. I have a bag of XRP. I like XRP, but I'm going to give you a price target for XRP. And you know what? I'll make a bet. If XRP goes beyond $8.92, I'll shave my beard. I have that much conviction that XRP is not going higher than that. I'll be ecstatic if it does. I'll shave my beard. My wife enjoys it occasionally when I shave my beard. I haven't shaved my beard in 4 years, but completely shave it off. I want to get rid of my huge bag of SHIB this cycle. 3 to 4x should be in the cards. Yes, Real Monkey, yes. I want to do some setup low leverage longs on ADA and AVEX. 5x is not low, Karen. I'm sitting here doing 1 to 2x, like feeling stressed doing 2x, and you're asking me for a 5x, low leverage 5x long. I know, Karen, you've done very well. But okay, Cardano, oh, man, I mean, so my thesis right now for this week is that we are going to go a little bit higher with altcoins. So it may be, maybe set a limit order at 72. I don't think that's going to fill though. I think maybe, we still have a little bit higher to go. And then what would a higher low be? A little bit lower than where it is right now. So that's a tough one for Cardano. For Avalanche, pretty simple, 200-day. That's a little bit more simple. Another one that may not get there, but that's 2210. So what's happening to AVAX? I don't know what you mean. Yeah, Lavi, 20x is low leverage for you. My goodness. Derek, thank you for the follow. Thoughts on Pepe? Pepe is going to do fine. It's not my number one Robinhood meme coin. That would be Pengu, but I like Pepe. I have a bag. What's your biggest conviction bag other than Bitcoin and ETH? Oh, man. Should I say Rismus right now? I'm going to say Rismus, believe it or not. I'm sorry, man. I know some of you are super confused, but you said wait for a long, but then told the other guy that total market cap can go up first before correction. So wouldn't that mean long here if I get it wrong? Foregone, man. The thing that drives me crazy about you is like I have to give you the most precise. Like if I leave any bit of confusion in my responses to you, you ask a follow-up question where it's like I have to be razor sharp. This is like one of a million things that I can't stand about you. Wait for an entry. AVAX to reach all-time highs. No, sorry. Tokenomics. Similar to Polygon. Thanks for the content. What's your general thoughts or better performance between Pith or Kosh? Oh, man. I don't like either of those, man. I don't like them for price action. Fundamentally, I just don't care. I'll go with a Kosh. I'm sorry. I hate to just pour water on the fire. I know that things are a little bit more exciting now than they were whenever, but specifically some of these cryptos that you're asking me about, there's so much better plays. Rendo will 7x. Maybe it will. XYO or LCX. I guess XYO. Rismus is a beautiful ride so far. I'm with you on that. Moodang. I still have hopes for Moodang. It didn't do what I thought it was going to do. The chart looked really bullish at one point, but then it went down with the rest of the market. So give us some time with Moodang. It's just forming a nice range here. I think it's going to break higher sooner rather than later. Let's see. Have you talked about the link announcement from last week? I have no idea what link announcement there was. I'm sure it was fantastic. I just don't care about announcements. What's the most people you've had in these daily videos in recent months waiting for the magic 1,000 number? Not a ton, maybe 300. I'm not sure if you covered this, but you think ETH would cross 7K? 7K. Gun to my head, I think it will. Yeah. Think Cardano will go higher than $2? Yes. Say 10x. It's possible. If you shave your eyebrows as well, it's a deal. No, I'm not shaving my eyebrows. Pinson, thank you for the follow. Manta. What about Manta? Manta's trash. 2024. Utility. Chart looks dead. I wouldn't touch it. I would not, even with this idea that everything would go up, not touching Manta. What else? Rismus, I already talked about it. Is there any F in crypto you think will 100x or all just a waste of time and money? You sound so down. Oh, man. No, yeah, Roll Tide. That's funny. I sound down. It just happens to be the particular questions of cryptos that I got. No. I mean, sure. Yes, there will be cryptos that will 100x. But your chances of it's a needle in a haystack. You know, people are asking me, people would ask about like any top 100 crypto is going to 100x. I would guess no. Some random meme coin will 100. There's meme coins on Deck Screener that have 100x in the last 5 minutes. So if you want me to talk about a 100x, this isn't the channel for you, man. There's plenty of people who will sell you fake dreams. I'm here to make gains. You know, I'm not here to. I would love to 100x, but I'm just here to make gains on the way up and on the way down. So all this in the next couple of months. Look, listen, I'm very bullish for the next few months here. I have my targets, okay? And whether it takes 2 months or 4 months or a year and a half, I believe that XRP would get to around $8.92, or maybe a little bit lower than that. I believe that Ethereum will hit a new all-time high. Litecoin to $350. And when that time comes, I am selling a large majority of my crypto. I'm sorry, Foregone. I'm done with you. You come back. It's not that you're being annoying. Well, no. I mean, you're always annoying, but let's see. Would you trade Uniswap first and then transfer profits to VeChain? That's exactly the kind of question that exactly why I can't stand you. You ask questions that it's like, man, holding your hand. You can come back in 24 hours. Man, Foregone. Link is creating a reserve so that on-chain and off-chain revenue is converted and held for years as Link tokens. Basically a buyback based on its real utility with DTCC, Swift, etc. That sounds good, man. Yeah, that sounds good. It's one of those things. I mean, like, cool. That's great. I'm looking at the charts. You know, it's like I think that will have a more positive effect on the charts, but I try to ignore the noise and just kind of with Chainlink, you know, that really doesn't have an effect on where I think it's going to go. I don't think it's going to hit a new all-time high. I think it's going to go to like in the 50s. So Solana prediction end of 2026. Man, I would guess lower than where we are now. I mean, based on where things are going, I think altcoins are going to have their moment here pretty soon. And then, in my opinion, well, I mean, there's a Solana ETF, so they're accumulating. You know, Bitcoin and ETH, I think, are going to be, after altcoins have their thing, the ones with the ETFs, I think, are going to outperform them by a large amount. So I'm at that moment, man. I don't usually see you until the crash is close. Huh. Okay. I'm here every day. I don't know what to say to that. I'm here every day. Unless I'm on vacation, which, you know, it's summer in the United States, at least in the Northern Hemisphere. So thanks for your thoughts on Pyth and Akash. Hopefully you're not ruining my day. Thank you, Scotty Crack. Do you think ICP will cross 25? Ooh. It's at 550. There's a chance. Cross 25. So its 2024 peak was $20. I'm going to say yes to that. I'll say yes. Are you still selling most of your cryptos when Bitcoin dominance goes under 60? Did I say that? Man, I don't remember saying that. Oh, you know what? I think there was a time I said that. I have a different mindset right now. And the reason why I have a different mindset is simply this. I had an invalidation. I was a bear for the end of 2025. But my invalidation was when the stock market hit new all-time highs. The S&P 500 and the NASDAQ in particular. I thought that they were not going to make V-shaped recoveries, but that we were at the start of a new downtrend. And that was a working thesis back from 2022. So when that was invalidated, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm a bull for the rest of this year, maybe even into 2026. So no, yeah, I'm not selling when Bitcoin dominance goes under 60. In fact, I think when Bitcoin dominance went under 60 recently, it went to 59.78. So what's your VET target? Beyond its 2024 peak. Target for AOs beyond its 2024 peak. I'm sorry, man. I've kind of given my perspective on AI cryptos that were around in 2024. I mean, look at this, man. Or sorry, 2021. How much are we up on AOs from the bear market? But this was under a penny. It already did a 100x from its bear market bottom to its peak. More than a 100x. You're like what do you want? Are you still thinking AOs is going to 100x? It's not. It has a few X's in it. But this reminds me a lot of Cardano in 2021. Cardano, its bear market bottom was 2 cents. It got up to $3, did a 150x. But when Cardano was around $1, people were still wanting, a 10x or a 20x in it. And it's, sorry, you missed that train. Link in the 50s would be an all-time high. No, it wouldn't. All right, let's just look at the chart. 53. So I think my target was actually 48. So in the 50s, yes. In the lower 50s, it would not be an all-time high. Sure, you're partially right. You're 66% right. Do you think Avalanche will touch all-time high? No, tokenomics. Hypothetically, if you have $500, HEEHEE, is it possible it could go up to 2K in a few months? Yeah, easy. But, I mean, what we need is alt season. I mean, HEEHEE could 4X without alt season. It did it at the end of 2024. It did a 13X. So, thoughts on Pinlink? Not Link, but Pinlink. Hey, it's on the right side of the 200-day. That's good. Maybe it'll hold that as support. I mean, I just see this whole thing as accumulation. Maybe even Wyckoff, that was the spring moment there. So it may be ready. It may be ready very soon to blast off. Thoughts on buying Sol at this price? Sure, man. I mean, what are you hoping for? For me, the Sol is just, I go in and out of Sol to get meme coins in the ecosystem. What's Solana going to do from here? I don't think it's going to do a 3x. So you want to buy Sol? What's the end game? My current holding: XRP, HBAR, ADA, SUI, Link, FET, Ondo, and Zebek. Would you change FET for Render? No. I just keep FET. I think they're both, I mean, maybe FET will outperform Render a little bit, but sorry to repeat, don't think you saw this one. Where do you think we are with Wall Street cheat sheet graph? Oh, I guess I didn't see that. It's hard to say, man. Because what I would say, is that with altcoins not named Ethereum or XRP, we're very low. I wouldn't even say hope. Not hope or optimism or belief. Where are we? Disbelief? Or are we still in depression? With Ethereum, somewhere between optimism and belief. With XRP, same deal. With Bitcoin, I guess the same deal. Bitcoin is just not following the wall. Bitcoin's just like taking the stairs up. So this is weird. It's much different. VVS? Can you check VVS Finance? Any hope for Blast or Peak? Let me look at Blast real quick. I'm not going to look at Peak. I'll look at Blast. Do you have a trading strategy you like the most? Not really. Kamal, thank you for the follow. Thought on DNX and Velo. DNX looks really good right now. It's down big time. Blast, maybe there's some hope here for Blast. Looks okay. Bigger winner, Rismus or Solnick? You will probably win more if you hold Solnick. Rismus is going to get extremely PvP over the next few months here. And there will be people on the other side who will be like, wait a second, it already peaked? So I'm here for the PvP with Rismus. It's because I was buying Rismus in May, and I'm up big. So there's no way I'm losing with Rismus. But if you buy Rismus now, it's like you got to be more careful. All right, VVS. Oh, wow. All right, I mean, this thing, if you look at this, this you want to talk about terrible tokenomics. I mean, man, Rismus or VVS, just abysmal. I mean, look at that all-time chart. For those on YouTube, World War Bitcoin, head over to YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. But you zoom in a little bit. All right, I mean, I don't know. I mean, listen, VVS in 2021 was inflating more than I had ever. It was insane. So I don't know what their tokenomics are like now, but I wouldn't touch it. Zora. Congrats if you're a Zora holder. If you're not, I wouldn't touch it. I don't know what to do with this. What do you? It's just for those on TikTok. It's just like this right now, you know. Selling half my portfolio when Bitcoin dominance hits 55%. You know, you will have one. I'm going to hold it a little bit longer than that, most likely. Could Sol hit $200 relatively soon? I wouldn't be surprised if this month Sol hit $200. Crow or ADA, you'll get better returns with Crow, but that's not necessarily the answer to your question. Well, shoot, Crow's at 17 cents. I mean, I think it can get to $1. I didn't realize Crow was this high right now. That's the thing. I mean, this is no surprise to me. Crow does really well when things get hot. So, HEEHEE, there we go. How's Morv looking this side? What is Morv? It's not on TradingView. I've never heard of it. Do you think rate cuts in September will help here next month and through the end of the year? Yeah, Jose, I did already mention that. I think it's going to be similar to last year. Last year, after the first rate cuts, we pumped for, I said it was going to pump for 2 to 4 months. It pumped for 3 months. I wouldn't be surprised if something similar happened. All right, Mick asking about Near. I never get excited about looking at Near. The chart is not exciting to me. At some point, sure, it'll break out, probably get above $10. When's that going to happen? Don't know. ABC Juan, Banana Gun. Thoughts on Banana Gun? I mentioned that in the Telegram over the weekend, and I bought a bag. So you had to have seen. If you're asking me about that, I'm guessing you've seen it. I bought a bag. I was convinced by the X post that I shared in that group. Considering DOT won't move much, it might. Do you have a couple recommendations on where to move the allocation to? Been looking to move out of it. Better movement this cycle, but don't know where to. Eli, the difficulty with answering that question is like there's 100 different directions we could go, you know? Right now, my mindset is 98% of my portfolio is in meme coins or OGs. So that's the direction that I would send you. Meme coins or OGs, you know? I mean, I'm literally talking about, when I'm talking about OGs, like Litecoin, VeChain, OGs with good tokenomics. And then meme coins, you know? So hi, bro. Just us. What's going on with crypto? Are going to see excitement this year? Crypto's never not exciting. Actually, that's not true. Crypto's super boring most of the time. I think we are going to see some excitement this year. But this is a different environment. Aave, what about Aave? Aave, I have high conviction with Aave. You know, you're asking about DOT, where you want to send your DOT to. Aave, there's a good one. But like DOT might outperform Aave. It's just I want stronger charts. You know, and Aave has a strong chart. Oh, mover meaning Moon River. Give me a second here. Looks like I should look into low cap crappy memes again. Maybe. If Bitcoin gets to 135, 136 in August or September, do you think alts will dump 40% before alts blast off? No. For Q4? No, I don't. I think if Bitcoin gets to 136, we're going to see a lot of explosive moves happen in altcoins. And maybe that would be a significant local top. All right, Moon River. What in the world? That's definitely not. Chart doesn't look too bad. It's on the right side of the 500, the 200-day moving average. So it's all right. I mean, I RIP if you bought this in 2024. That's for sure. I mean, well, now that I'm looking at it, it's down as much as any other altcoin. Thank you for that gift. H-bar targets, higher than my initial target of 42 cents, I'll tell you that, but don't have one. Would you sell some ETH for Litecoin? Not yet. At some point. Please don't spam. What about Beppe? At some point. You know, I know it's been rough for Beppe. I mean, it's been rough for a lot of low-cap meme coins. There will be a time. Token bot Clanker, what's your thoughts? What? I've never heard of that. Token bot? It's not on, oh, there it is. Dynex, already talked about it, bullish on HEEHEE, yes, of course. I mean, I like the uptrend. We got that. Good to see you, Izzy. I like the chart. That's all I can say. Ethereum for BitTensor at some point, not right now. Ride the hot hand, guys. Ethereum is the hot hand. Ethereum is center stage. I would not sell Ethereum for really anything right now. I would just hold on to my ETH, and that would probably be my mindset until a new all-time high. And then, you know, you want to sell Ethereum for BitTensor. I think that's actually a good one to sell Ethereum for at the time. Are you bullish on Sol long term? Yeah. I mean, I don't see on the horizon anything taking Sol's market share in terms of, like, you know, that's where the casino is. So, all right, Zebek. Oh, huh. All right, so I mean, all right, Zebek recovered very well after it had that big explosive move. I think this is just going to be a wick. I'm a little nervous about the chart at this moment, but if this, like, it's been down the last 3 days in a row. If this just ends up being a wick, then it's fine. I don't know. I guess the answer is I don't know. GOAT or AI16Z. I'm assuming both of those look like a lot of other meme coin charts right now, which is just that they're still mostly in accumulation. GOAT. All right, AI16Z. Oh, they both look really bad. Now, listen, there's got to be a retrace here. I mean, like with AI16Z, there's got to be at least like a 236 in this. So, you know, I'm not in love with the idea of buying AI16Z when I'm looking at a chart like this. But like at the very worst, this has to get up to 66 cents. I guess. You know, that's almost a 5x. So Any gaming coins you like? Sui, man, please don't spam. Wiz, thank you for the follow. Please don't spam your Sui question. I'm not super high on gaming. I think that gaming is overrated. Now, there's some that, Beam. What else? I like Beam. I like Superverse. Christian, I just looked at Taobot. No, I didn't. Never mind. How high percentage can alt go if Bitcoin or ETH don't break into price discovery this month? Not very high. I would guess down. Gaming is game over for now, in my opinion. Gaming has always been overrated. I mean, for those of you asking about crypto gaming, have you ever actually tried the games? That would be my question to you. Because I remember in 2021 kind of being sucked into this, oh man, yeah, crypto gaming, that's awesome. It's going to be amazing. And then I looked at the charts, or not, I didn't look at the charts. I looked at the games. I looked at the games, and they were complete garbage. They were worse than like just a regular game you could download as an app on your phone. And we have a long way to go with crypto gaming, and I don't even know if like in the future crypto gaming is going to be a thing. Taobot, I like the, it's looking very accumulative with Taobot. You can see some Wyckoff taking shape over here. Perhaps this was the spring, bottom at 0.000089, something like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if there was still a spring moment to happen here, and then we'd go lower than that, and then be ready to go. So can tomorrow's CPI send Bitcoin a new all-time high? I forgot about CPI. Here's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing that tomorrow's CPI report is going to be a little bit higher than expected. And so what would happen? What would that mean? That would mean that the Fed would have less of an incentive to cut rates, but they will still probably cut rates in September. So I think the reaction to tomorrow's CPI report would be a move down, and then that move down would be bought up. Like people in here would be asking the same questions they ask on every red day of like, oh, is this ever going to end? Are you sure there's going to be blah, 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 blah. And then a few days later, you'll be back here asking about your 10Xs and your 100Xs. So no, I don't think, to answer your question, I don't think tomorrow's CPI report is going to send Bitcoin to a new all-time high. Off the grid guns is a good play on PS5. Okay. Does that have crypto in it, or are you just saying a game that you like? Yeah, it was bad. I tried it first and foremost. It was empty. There were hardly any players. Yeah, exactly. Is it safe to say pump will pump when casino turns on? I would think so, yeah. When do you think alts will see some action? That question. That question. $2025. I mean, it really could be soon. Like the blockchain backer thinks it's imminent. And I take cues from him much more than Jam or Ben Cohen. So Block Street, what's Block Street? What in the world? I got nothing for you, man. These charts all look very different. Or Block Games, what's Block? So Jam and Ben Cohen seem bearish till September. Jam has been a bear since May. Ben Cohen, I think I saw a tweet from him that, he thinks that, he said every post-halving year, July and August are bullish and September is bearish. So I think he might be a bull for August. Prime chart doesn't look very good. Thoughts on Prime? There's my Prime. There's my thoughts on Prime. I don't like the chart, but you never know. How can I take some profits from HEEHEE without losing too much money? Are you a whale, Jody? I would try to not pay much attention to who the whales are. Sell it based off of volume. Sell no more than 1% of the volume on a given day. Is INSP on ETH a good hold? INSP, I've seen that before. Man, you know what? I mean, I'm looking at the chart here. It's like out of nowhere, it exploded. This is what can happen with a lot of cryptos. The chart can look dead. If you asked me to look at this chart on July 10th, I would have been like, this looks dead. And then boom, it exploded out of nowhere. Is it a good hold? I don't know. For how long? I mean, right now it seems like it's a fine hold. It can go a lot higher. So, all right, Qubit thoughts. Oh, come on. I'm not seeing it on TradingView. I'm gonna have to pass. Didn't Jam say that 2,600 was the top for ETH a couple months ago? He said 2,700. Yeah. Story IP. I know nothing about Story IP. Is that on TradingView? It's not. Sorry. Michael Jackson movie coming this year. He might explode with the right promotions. Somebody tagged me in a tweet that like they're delaying it till May of 2026. I'm not wanting to sell, but I know that whale sold. Yeah, and it cost them a lot of money. If you have a lot of a crypto, he had 1.5% of the supply. If you sell it in one clip, you will lose $10,000. It depends on the market cap of the crypto, you know. So, thoughts on Turbo? I like the chart. I like it. Very bullish structure here. You got to be patient, you know. I mean, every candle here is a day, but I like it. Alex, thank you for the follow. It's IP. All right, there it is. I wouldn't touch it. It's way too hot right now. You know, it's new. Don't know anything about it fundamentally. So, I mean, maybe there's something about it that I would get really excited about, but it's way too hot. Thank you, Mohammed, for the follow. Why did Sonic movie have effect on Solnick? I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me that the Sonic movie would have an effect on Solnick, and it had a significant effect. Late release, but trailer will be out earlier in marketing leading up to movie. Okay. Pendle and Arrow 10x from here. No. I don't think for either of those. Hello, Michelle. What do you think Floki can go to? I've never done a price target for Floki. I have a lot of faith in meme coins. Floki can do well. I might be interested in opening a long on this. So I'm gonna look at setting limit orders to open longs on Floki and what's the other one? Algorand after this live stream. Are you looking for longs on this pullback? Yep, Floki and Algorand. Once ETH gets to 7K hypothetical, does everything fly with it? Or will the alts go once that happens and capital rotates out of ETH into alts? My assumption as to what's going to happen is as soon as ETH hits a new all-time high, we're going to see some other altcoins rip really hard. Larger cap ones, XRP, something like that, you know. And then rotation. Do you think Landwolf is dead? Yes, I do. If you're talking about Landwolf on Solana. Any fat cat movie that works? Nope. Alex, exit plan. Look what you put in. See how many X and check all-time high. That a plan. I have no idea. I'm not the one to be asking about an exit plan, honestly. I sell when I sell. You know, entry on Algorand is 25.3 cents. 10x VeChain, it's possible. I'll be taking profits well before then. Do you think it's late to invest in ETH now? What are you looking for? Are you looking for X's? Are you looking for multiple X's? It's too late. If you're looking for some percentages, you can still make some money. What are you saying about Algorand? I'm going to enter long on Algorand. Asvex, thanks for the follow. I thought Pendle was your top conviction crypto and a forecast return greater than 10x. All right, so Pendle is right now at $5.51. It's been on a tear. 10x from where it is right now? No. 10x from where it was a week ago? There's a possibility. So here's what happens. As the price goes up, my conviction changes. What a revelation. Thoughts on Lofi? I have some Lofi. I'm down on it, but I think Lofi's going to do very well, as Sui does well. Siacoin. Not a good chart. I'm sure Siacoin will do fine. I'm so tired of looking at charts like this. That just, it looks like death. I mean, it looks like really depressing. If this was a stock, I probably would not buy it, but it's crypto, and you never know with crypto. So, you think Jasmine will reach 8 cents? Yes. Thoughts on XCN and XYO? They'll move with XRP. XRP, I believe, is going above $8. XCN should do very well, should outperform XRP. No one really talks about Jasmine any reason. I get questions about Jasmine every day. You know, there's lots of cryptos in the world. Yeah, Onyx Coin, I mean, I think it's at a good entry right now. But, you know, I mean, look at Onyx Coin in April. Just, it was absolute death and then went crazy, you know, shot off. I think it's at a good level right now. I've been accumulating base memes, Opulus, Aerobud, Mr. Miggles, and Aura. I think base memes are going to do well. So no exit plan. There is an exit plan, but it doesn't have to do with prices as much as psychology. Okay, I've talked about this 100 times. I mean, what do we want to mention? 1,000 people in this live stream. On the day when there's 1,000 people in this live stream, I'm out. You know, so what's VeChain going to be at on that day? I have no idea. When Coinbase is in the top 10, but more particular when it's the #1 app in the App Store, I'm out. What is Popcat going to be on that day? That's my exit plan. It has more to do with my read of the room than it does with the prices. Okay, for some people, they love to have their systems in place. Devin is a perfect example of somebody who has a system in place and it's worked out very well for him. And it's probably a better system than my system. But still, I'm sticking with my system. I'm out when you get 300. Yeah, VeChain will be at 21 cents. Maybe it will. MB, thank you for the follow. Pippin's another gem. Okay, Gustavo, thank you for the follow. Pepe to the moon. When Pepe goes to the moon, I'm out. I'm just hoping for a bit of a pullback so I can invest more. Yeah, everyone hopes for a pullback, and then on the day of the pullback, it's like, should I buy now or wait for the dip? I don't know, man. It's gonna go lower. I'm afraid. I'm not saying that's you, but CM Gav, thanks for the follow. Injective. When I'm on my deathbed, somebody's gonna break into my house. Somebody I don't know, but who knows me on the internet. They're going to break into my house and be like, hey, wait a second, before you go, should I buy now or wait for the dip? Jake Claver says XRP won't drop in bear market. What do you think? I think Jake Claver is somebody you should not listen to. I don't know who he is. That's what I think. Thoughts on gaming tokens like IMX and Super? I'm not a huge gaming fan right now. IMX, very highly inflationary. I think it can do well. Superverse, IMX has a big market cap. Superverse, I like Superverse. So I think when things get irrational, both of these cryptos will pump. I don't think IMX has like a 10x in it or anything. Andrew, thanks for the follow. You think AVAX can 100? I can see that. Yeah, 100. Yep. I'm out when Caspa peaks. Okay, it's not a bad idea. Is it worth holding Algo and for how long? I think it's worth holding Algo. I think Algo is going to ride along with the the next leg up with XRP and the ISOs. So what narratives are overrated? Yes. So that's my way of saying all of them. But the ones that are like extra overrated right now, AI and gaming, are two incredibly overrated narratives. I don't know what else to say. So Pepe and Shib are the last ones to ignite, apparently, tired of each and every pump getting eaten up almost immediately. There'll be a time, man. There will be a time. Is ICP worth holding? Been holding for eons. I wouldn't sell it right now because, somebody asked if I think ICP would go to $25, and I think it will. I feel more comfortable saying $20, but I'm so tired of L2s. I'm tired of everything. I don't know if you can tell from I'm looking forward to the day when the only two cryptos I hold are Bitcoin and HEEHEE. I'm looking forward to the day when I can, like, with zero doubt in my mind, short every altcoin to zero. I can't wait for that day. But that day is not today. RWA is not the narrative at the moment either, but its time will come for sure. That's my thought with RWA. I was thinking, what about RWA or DCI? I could see those ripping. So Crow Target, how about $1? I don't know. Do you still do deep dives into new cryptos? Not really. If so, can you please look into Blockstreet? It's stablecoin related. Yeah, I don't do deep dives into new cryptos. I'm pretty locked into the OGs and the meme coins. Bro, how about the Black Month or whatever that's coming? What's a Black Month? I'm looking forward to exiting. I'm done. Sussex Trader. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Thoughts on White Rock? Isn't White Rock a scam? Sand. I would say, all right, so Sandbox, Metaverse. I would say Metaverse is overrated, but I think at this point it's properly rated. Everyone knows that Ready Player One is that if you're looking for crypto to be a part of Ready Player One, which I don't think is happening in my lifetime, then it's not happening. Good luck. Hold your breath. Are you still a Sol holder? I always hold Solana. My $200 to $1 million challenge is in a Solana wallet. But price prediction, I mean, not a 3x from where it is right now. All these aggregators and protocols and governance BS is all scams no users will ever adopt. You are correct. I mean, so on this side of the .com bubble of crypto, that's true. I think on the other side of that, like after the bubble bursts, I think there's a real opportunity for innovation. It's just so far off in my head that I can't even envision it. But it's so funny. Going into 2021, no, not 2021, sometime around 2023, I started making content screaming from the rooftops that tech is overrated. And in 2023, people still believed in the tech. Nobody believed, I mean, very few people believe in the tech anymore. So where do we go from here? I mean, where we go is like, okay, will we have an alt season? I think we will. And after that, I think it's going to be a reckoning. And the real, the ones that are here for real, they're gonna grind through that, and they're gonna really create something special. All right, I'm running out of time, guys. Thoughts on altcoins going parabolic in 2025? I think so. I think we are going to have, I mean, maybe not, if not 2025, 2026. I think, so understand, I know that I have been very depressing in the last few minutes here. It's just, crypto, by and large, is a scam. Okay, Bitcoin is not a scam. There are several projects that are not scams. But like a lot of these cryptos, a lot of the ones that you're asking about, they're just absolute garbage that will increase in price and then eventually go to zero. And why was I getting into this? But, okay, I remember why. I was a bear for the end of 2025, and early 2025, it was looking like we were right on track for the end of 2025 to be a bearish period of time. And then we did a V-shaped recovery. And so what comes after a V-shaped recovery, in my opinion, is more upside. And if the stock market's going to continue to go into price discovery, crypto is going to follow suit. And I think, and this is more of my economics background speaking, I think what comes next is a blow off top. Not only, even for Bitcoin in 2021, we didn't have a blow off top for Bitcoin. We had a blow off top, we had a distributive top. I think potentially this time around, we are going to have a blow off top where Bitcoin just goes vertical and then it's over. I think for altcoins, maybe not every one of them, but for a lot of them, maybe all of them, that we're going to have a blow off top. So I hope you guys understand my mindset right now is just from a charting perspective. I think what's coming next is a blow off top and just absolute pandemonium and euphoria. And then after that, God help us all. Do you sell your Bitcoin? If Bitcoin has a blow off top, I will sell my Bitcoin. It'll be bad after that. It will. What are the technical signs for blow off top? It's called a kangaroo tail. That's the definition of the, let me Google it. Kangaroo tail soup. No. Investing. In trading. A kangaroo tail soup. Kangaroo tail is a candlestick pattern that signals a potential trend reversal. Is characterized by a long tail or wick on a single candlestick, indicating price rejection at a certain level. Bullish kangaroo tails appear at the bottom of downtrends, while bearish ones form at the top of uptrends. So if you look at Bitcoin in 2017, That was a kangaroo tail. Oh man, it's so I need more. I need to do logarithmic more. But you know, if you look at it on a weekly, on anything larger than a weekly time frame, or anything larger than a daily time frame, what you would see is a kangaroo tail, and it's just boom. And then you see all the signs, right? You see people on Facebook or whatever now, whatever. You see random people who've never talked about Bitcoin before talking about Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. You see the holy trinity of people, of noobs talking about crypto. Your grandma, your Uber driver, and your barber talking about Bitcoin. It's over. You see 1,000 people in this live stream. It's over. That's what we're looking for. So blow off top for a bit, then altcoin season. It's different every time, man. You know, that's what happened in 2017. It didn't quite happen like that in 2021. We had a rounded top in April of 2021, and then altcoins ran really hard, but some of them peaked in March. Some of them peaked in February. So you got to do what you got to do, man. All right, I'm going to have lunch. I'm going to be done. Blow off top Bitcoin price. Sorry, not going to give you one. Thank you, Todd, for the follow. Hit the subscribe on YouTube. Like, follow, share. Smash up that like button. I'll see you guys.